I'm doing another video for you. I didn't know I was going to be doing one so quick, but I am going to be doing my makeup today. As you can tell, I have no makeup on, so we're going to try to do makeup and try to talk about a story that I had found on Reddit. It was a real interesting story, so I'm going to try to talk about that, and then hopefully the baby naps through this situation. But I'm going to add in a personal story of mine that a family member experienced in sort of the same situation as what the story on Reddit was about. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get started. I have a mirror right here, so I'm going to be looking in it. But with all that being said, let's start. Now, this story I found on the internet was from Reddit, but it was under a different website name. So what I wound up doing is I'll try to link it in the description below. That way you guys, could check it out, because there was other stories that was on that article, in that website link. And you might find some of those other stories interesting as well. This one was just one that stuck out to me the most, which, we have those. But this one is, I don't know, the reason why this one stuck out to me was because you guys know that show, The Walking Dead, that's on AMC. We watch that show regularly. We love that show. And so anyway, the title of this one was The Walking Dead, and so I was like, okay, so not so much paranormal maybe, but interesting. But it was under paranormal, under what I searched for, which was, scary paranormal stories, so I could have something to tell you guys. And anyways, the title was Walking Dead, and so I started reading and I was like, okay, this is wild. So this psychiatric nurse, she was working at a mental hospital, and this particular patient that she had to deal with wasn't able to speak, so he was like a mute. She never did understand why or what made him go mute, but needless to say, he couldn't talk. She said, and I don't know how true this is, but she said that the guy would make movements with his mouth that acted like he was talking. So he was trying to talk, but he just never had anything come out. So, and then even when he would, she said sometimes he would pretend like he was laughing. And if you hear my kids in the background, well, they're in the background. But anyways, so she said when he would pretend, when he would laugh, not pretend to laugh, when he would laugh, he would just open his mouth and he'd be like, ha ha ha, but nothing coming out. It was no sound. He just done the movement of he was laughing. So it was kind of weird. But supposedly this guy turned up at this mental hospital, and I will double check because I have the story pulled up, but it's he was 7 foot tall. He was in the military. He was from the Deep South, but what happened was he joined the military when he was 19 years old, and supposedly he went AWOL. So he disappeared. He was gone. He was out of there. He was like, nah, this ain't for me. I ain't doing this. So he just kind of disappeared on the people, and then they just thought, the military assumed they couldn't locate him, and his family, he never went back to his family, and everyone assumed this guy's dead, he's dead. They tried to find him as much as they could. They I guess they put up flyers, whatnot. I mean, but he just never turned up again. And so they told the family, they was like, he must be dead, because he's just gone without a trace, like nothing. So that's one of those, oh my gosh. I need to link this guy's YouTube channel in the description box, because he does like mysterious disappearances and stuff. And he was hosted on Paranormally Blonde. His name is Steve. He does the best videos on people disappearing in national parks, or just disappearances period, that that you don't find them, like they just disappear in thin air. But anyways, went squirrel. So anyways, this guy went AWOL. They declared him dead. Well, here's where the hospital comes into play. Okay, he turns up at the hospital where this nurse is working 10 years later, after he was pronounced dead and gone. Like, they were like, he's gone. He turns up there, and let's see, he was covered in dust. He was wearing the same clothes that he went missing in, and his social security number had not been used. He had no identification. However, they were able to identify him, I guess, with his fingerprints. So the family was notified, but they said they had already lost the man 10 years ago that was in their family. They didn't know who this person was. Like, I would check it out, honestly, but you know, because they never found the body. So why would you just be like, no, we've done grieved and we've lost this man in our family 10 years ago. We don't know who that is, pretending to be him. I'm gonna go see. I mean, God. But anyways, enough of that. His name, he did say his name was Marion, and what Marion done was, in his daily life at this psychiatric hospital, was pace the floors back and forth. That's all he done, was pace and talk to himself and laugh and stuff like that. So that's all he did. He was on, it says that he was on medication, but the medication was nothing that would affect him in that way. I wished I knew what hospital it was. He was in Virginia. It was a place in Virginia where this happened. A mental hospital in Virginia. So, I mean, that might be something you could possibly research into further and find out exactly who this, you know, maybe I can research it. If I do find some stuff, I'll add the pictures in here. But he, like I said, the nurse said he would just periodically throw his head back laughing all the time. And so she finally, I guess she had finally just decided to get another job, because she wound up quitting that place. But she did often wonder, like, you know, where Marion disappeared all that time ago and then just turned up, she wondered if maybe, was he like actually alive? Or like, she said it was the weirdest thing, and it is the strangest thing. You have a man that goes missing, and then, you know, they declare him dead because, I mean, he is gone, like no trace of him. He's not being seen. He's not making moves anywhere. He's not doing, like, where do you go for 10 years, disappeared for 10 years, and somebody not know, you know, something? I mean, I'm sure they put out a lot of information about this missing man that went AWOL from the military, which is something, you know, that's important, especially where they couldn't find the body. I'm sure there was like this big to-do thing about it, but like, I just don't know how in the world somebody manages just to disappear and you can't never find them again. That's odd to me. To me, that seems weird, but to somebody else, it might be like, I don't know, maybe he got abducted by aliens or something. Who knows? Or maybe he just went into some kind of time warp. I don't know. It's so weird how these people just disappear. But anyways, she was often wondering if he was like the Walking Dead, hence the title. Like, was he even alive? Was he just, could he have possibly been just a brain dead, Walking Dead dude, just in the mental hospital? Like, I don't know. I mean, he couldn't speak. He said, she said he had said his last words, but I would have to find to see. Oh, he says, my name is Marion Duchesne, and I've been dead for 10 years. That was his last words when he entered the psychiatric hospital. And then after that, it was like he no longer spoke. He walked around talking to himself with no sound coming out, and he would laugh at whatever he's laughing at, and that was it. Like, how do you actually explain that? I don't know. But I just thought it was an interesting story that I would throw in to you guys. I know it's like not much paranormal, but it was just weird. I like the weird stuff too, not just paranormal. But you just let me know what you think about that story in the comments down below. If you think it was just a, like, how did he disappear? Someone explain it to me. How does one disappear, never to be seen again, and then all of a sudden pop up, unless, here's a theory, unless he was captured against his will, maybe somebody had him somewhere where he couldn't, you know, get out or get set free, or whatever the case may be. I mean, maybe that happened. I don't know. So there's all kinds of theories that it could be, but it would be interesting. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. I want to know, how did Marion Duchesne disappear from the military and then 10 years later pop up in a mental institution for them to take him in and be like, hey, I'm here, my name is Marion, and I've been dead for 10 years. Even, okay, here's another thing that I just thought of. So the guy said himself he's been dead for 10 years. Okay. Unless, this is a theory, I mean, he could have seen that they were looking for him, and he could have seen that, or heard, or I don't know, that they pronounced him dead, maybe? I mean, what do you think? I don't know. I just think it's interesting myself. But, I'm getting low on foundation, guys. I'm having to use this long thing to reach down into my foundation bottle to get what's left. I know this is a squirrel, but if you have foundation, don't throw the bottle away when you just can't pump any more out or whatever. Get a brush and take that brush and get that junk out. Get the remaining stuff of that out and save your money. Shoot, unless you just have the money. But you know, some of us have to stretch when it comes to like this extra stuff that's really not needed, but you know, I have to have it. But anyways, that was just a little tidbit I was throwing in there. So back to the story. Marion must have heard or saw or something that he had been pronounced dead by the military, and that his family, you know, thought he was dead, for him not to, for him just to go into the psychiatric hospital. But why did he go into the, okay, I have so many questions. Okay, why did he go into the psychiatric hospital. Like, if I had been missing or held captive, or whatever the case may be, and I somehow got back to real life, I don't know, what do you call that? I don't think I would go to a psychiatric hospital. I think the first place I would want to go would be my family, correct? I mean, right? Wouldn't you want to go, to your family? I would. I wouldn't go straight to I wouldn't go to a psychiatric place, okay? Let's just put it that way. Look at that. I know that light sucks, by the way. The lighting really sucks. And it doesn't show the makeup that well. But what I'm doing right here is I'm gonna contour. So, all you makeup people that know what I'm talking about, I'm contouring this daggone face. We're gonna try to make her a little bit better. Try. Yes, I said try. Okay. And yes, I contoured my nose. Make me look like I have a nose job. Not that I need one. I think my nose is enough, but I don't know. I like to be extra. But anyways, okay. So now we've talked about Marion, and I want to know, like I said, don't be skimping out on me in the comments below. What do you think about Marion? His situation. Why would he disappear for 10 years? And then why would he turn back up why would he turn back up 10 years later, totally leave his military peeps in the dark, and then go straight to a psychiatric place? Why not go back to your family? Or say, hey, this is what happened to me. I was kidnapped, or I was, something bad happened to me, and I couldn't get away from some people, and, here I am, I'm alive, like, don't freak out, but I'm here, like, type thing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyways, you guys can let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now I have a personal story to tell you. It's so weird. Now this one is about a hospital. It's about a hospital, and it is more demon related than The Walking Dead. It's more like, I'm pretty sure this was a demon. I don't know if I've told this story before in previous video. I'm trying to think if I've actually been told this before, because I hate to repeat it, but it kind of goes with this, and I just thought maybe it would be interesting to tell it again, maybe. But so my cousin, and I don't think she minds me telling this because this is a freaky thing that happened. My cousin had to have some major surgery, and I mean, it was scary for a minute. For a hot minute, it was like, okay, what's happening? So she had some surgery done. She had like tumor or something in her side, or cyst, and I mean, it was causing her some pain. So anyways, they went in there to get that, and this is a local hospital. It's been around since, oh my gosh, it's been around forever. And one of my friends, the lady with Paranormally Blonde that you guys need to check out, she did a little bit of research on the hospital and found out some interesting things about it. I don't know if she I don't know if she went back in and found out anything else extra, but she did find out who owned it and when it opened, and it opened a long time ago. I think she said the 30s. Oh my gosh. I actually probably should have done this. Sorry, I actually probably should have done this before my contour because I just messed up my contour. Anyways, I'll just go back and fix it. Yeah, she done a little bit of research on this hospital, and it's real interesting what she found. It was something about animals. It was animal related, which I found really interesting. I don't know why I think they done like animal research at this hospital before it was a hospital for you know, patients and stuff. So she, I was telling her about what happened to my cousin after she had surgery. You know, she was in there for quite a few weeks, and I think she was in the old part of the hospital, the old wing, because they have added additions to this hospital. She was over in the old part, and oh my god, I would have been scared out of my mind. So basically what happened was her husband stayed with her and, you know, helped her take baths and whatnot. Well, they had been there a few weeks, so I don't know. Sorry for the background noise. I don't know if it was just from, what do you call it, being there for so long. Maybe they just started, I don't know, what would you call that, hallucinating, maybe from lack of sleep. I'm not sure, but 1 second. Okay, maybe I've tamed them a little bit, just a little bit. But anyways, I don't know if it's just where they had been there for so long, and maybe they just started seeing things. But her husband was asleep on the pull-out bed that was beside, like, the couch thing. And basically he said that one night he had been sleeping, you know, pretty good, and he felt the sheet that was over him, he felt it being tugged. Okay, so he's just laying there and he's sleeping really good, and then he feels tug, and he's like, what was that? And I think he ignored it. He said he ignored it initially, but it happened again. So if that happened to me, I'd be no. Well, anyways, it happened again, and he said, okay, something's going on over there. So he looked over, and like, I guess there's like a tray that was sitting there where his wife was. I guess you know, like the hospital trays, they roll up against your bed and stuff. It was sitting there next to her, and when I tell you this, underneath, he was looking underneath, okay, and oh my god, underneath that tray there was a flippin', okay, the first thing he saw was glowing eyes, okay. That was the first thing that he saw. There was the glowing eyes, okay. Oh my god, y'all. And then he said whatever he saw, it favored a monkey. It looked like a monkey sitting there with glowing eyes, okay. Like, what the actual, and you gonna keep sitting there, okay. More power to you, man. More power to you if you see this. I would have freaked. I would have ran out of that room screaming my absolute head off. But you know what he does? You know what he does? He pulls the sheet over his head. He pulls the sheet over his head. I got the wrong mirror. And, which, I don't blame him for this, because I would have done the same thing. He started praying. And, he was just like, please God, like, I don't know what's going on right now, but, you know, that's scary. You know, I'm looking at a monkey with glowing amber. They were like amber colored, glowing eyes. Like, how do you even explain that? Like, what kind of demon is that? And why does this demon want to be a monkey? Like, of all things you can choose to look like, man, demon, you want to be a monkey. You want to be a daggone monkey. Well, like we said just a few minutes ago, it could have been where it was an animal research place. Maybe the demon was like, you done research on monkeys, so I'm gonna just, I'm gonna be a daggone monkey. And I'm gonna scare the bejeebies out of people being a monkey. He did just that. Because the next day, the nurse that was taking care of my cousin came in, and her husband, my cousin's husband, was still sleeping on the couch. And the nurse said, wow, he's, where he had the sheet pulled over him, he looked like a dead body. Wrapped in a sheet. And so the nurse was like, is he still alive? And my cousin was like, well, yeah, he's just sleeping. Like, he had a rough night and asleep. Well, they had a conversation, her and her husband, and he had told her what happened to him that night. He was like, look, like, yeah, I did not have a good sleep. Because this is why. He's like, when I was sleeping, he was like, there was this tug on my sheets, and this monkey looking thing was under your food tray. Now, can you imagine being in my cousin's shoes, and she was sleeping all night, and your spouse telling you, look, I woke up in the middle of the night, it was not a good night, there was a freaking monkey under your food tray, and it had glowing eyes. Like, I've been like, are you alright? Are you alright? You need to go back home. Okay, you need to go back home. This is too much. Like, you're seeing monkeys with glowing eyes, like, might want to go home, honey. Just go home. Like, this is getting to you. But that's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know how I would respond to that. So, it would be kind of weird to, for your spouse to just come up and say, hey, all of that information thrown at you, like, God, the heck, man. But anyways, he told her about what happened. And so when the nurse come back in, my cousin had just, was making conversation and told the nurse, what happened to her husband. If he was okay, I guess. I don't know what kind of questions was asked. I just know they had a conversation with the nurse about it. And the nurse was like, oh my God, I can't believe he saw that. And they were like, why? What is the deal? Why is this resonating with you so much? And she told them that there was a nurse that worked at that hospital that had a patient, and it was a lady that I don't know what she was in there for. I don't know how long she was in there for, but the lady one night started screaming, and she was like, get this monkey out of my room, get this monkey out of my room. Like, the lady was flipping out, okay? And the nurse was like, dude, there's no monkey in your room, like, chill. Or, lady, chill, there's no monkey in your room. And she was determined. She was like, there's a monkey in my room, okay? It's running around, it's disturbing me, I can't sleep. It's like, lady, you worried about sleeping? There's a monkey running around your room, and you worried about, like, it's disturbing you? Okay, anyways. these people, like, if I seen a monkey, it might run around my hospital room, I think I would not be worried about sleeping. I'm just saying. So anyways, the nurse, she said it had ran in her bathroom. Okay, the monkey ran into this lady's bathroom, and the nurse was like, okay, I'll check the bathroom for you to see where the monkey went. And I guess, you know, she probably just wanted to make sure it was like not somebody in the room being weird. And she, oh my god, I'm gonna insert the picture because I have this picture. My cousin sent it to me, and it is so freaky. So basically, the nurse opened the bathroom door to see where the monkey went, and she took a picture of something. She was like, oh my god, that's weird. Like, oh my god. And I don't know how she got her phone. I don't know. She might have had her phone in her hand. All I know is she took the picture of this monkey thing. It looks more alienated to me, but it does kind of favor an ape. It's so weird. But I will say that this is a true happening that happens at this hospital. People have seen this monkey, so it's not just been my cousin's husband, and it's not just been that lady freaking out. Like, they say all kinds of weird stuff be happening on that side of the hospital. So maybe there is something to it. I don't know. And I'm calling it a demon, but I mean, I don't know what to call it. Like, maybe it's not a demon. I mean, I don't know anymore at this point. I'm kind of lost, like, because I just wouldn't think that a monkey, or excuse me, I wouldn't think that a demon would want to take the form of a monkey. Unless it was just something interesting, and it was like, hey, I think I'll be a monkey today. Scare somebody. You ain't gonna see a monkey in a hospital. Not with a bunch of people. Yeah. I'll add my glowing eyes in there too. They'll really freak. Okay. I'm putting words in the demon's mouth, and probably not a good idea. But I'm just, a demon okay, this is just from my point of view. A demon can take any form it wants to, okay? It can be anything it wants to be, and it can do whatever it wants, basically. We don't, you know, there's no point in us understanding the reasoning behind why this demon wanted to be a monkey. It's none of our business. And I would like it to stay that way, because I really don't care why it wanted to take form like that. Or, you know, I don't know. I really just don't know how to say this. I don't know what the monkey was. I don't know if it was like maybe a spirit of a monkey that was just really angry, that it, you know, wound up in there and not in where it's supposed to be, its habitat, of where it was born. Who knows? So maybe it was just wreaking havoc. I don't know. I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below, because I feel like I'm just, at this point, just rambling on to what I think is going on at this hospital. And I have no idea. I'm just telling you the stories. I'm just telling you, I'm relaying to you what was told to me. So, that's what happened. Take it for what you will. But after that happened to him, I will say, he did say that some things started happening to him that he couldn't explain. He went to they are a part of a church, and he did say that when he was at the church, he teaches a youth group, and they, okay, I can't talk for this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now. Let me see. Zoom in. Let me, so you can see my makeup. That was the whole point of doing the makeup while I told the story. Okay, there you go. Yep, it's pink. It's a pink day. Eyebrows, I think I done fairly well. You can see all my natural creases. Yep. I'm not a perfect human being. Okay. Anyways, so with that being said, I was going to tell you what happened to him after the whole incident with the monkey thing at the hospital. So he wound up going back to a church. Like I said, he's a youth pastor. They have like a band, and they were they had just got done. Okay, so here's where the demon theory actually comes in now that I'm remembering. He had just taught the youth group about how demons take different forms, how there's different levels. So he was like studying demons a little bit, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, just to have more knowledge about how the demons work. But I think some people, that when they start studying into demons and stuff like that, that stuff goes down, like crap. Like, I don't know if it just opens a door and the demon's like, hey, you know, you're studying about me? Really? Well, let me just show you how I work. You know, it's like, ugh, you know. I don't want any of that. Anyways, so he was just got done teaching them about that, and all of a sudden the drums behind him that he had, like there was like a bass drum behind him, started thumping really loud, and nobody was over there at the drum set. Nobody was over there to even hit the drum. So he was like, what in the actual? Okay, sorry for the slight interruption. Kids come in, they need something. Okay. So there was nobody at the drum set to even make the base of the drum, because it's like at the bottom you have to hit it with your foot. So explain that. If he's standing up there facing them, like, you know, a church, and or in their room, and the drum set is behind him, okay, there's nobody back there. Tell me, what hit it with, I mean, what made it boom, 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 you know? And you would think, this just popped in my head, a demon wouldn't want to enter a church, right? Because, but maybe, you know, there's so many questions. There's, like, I have so many questions. Like, didn't think demons liked anything to do with church. Okay, why are they in there? Are they just capable of going in there if they want to? Like, what is it that actually, I don't know. It's so weird. But he's had a lot of experiences, and I need to gather some of his stories and share them on here. But he's had some experiences that are really interesting, and oof, I don't know if it's demon related or what. It's so weird. But anyways, my story was longer than the actual story, but that's fine. I thought both stories were kind of cool, especially about Marion. And that was in Virginia. This is a supposed true story. I'm gonna look this guy up, and if I find anything, I'm gonna insert him in here, and then we'll see. But probably won't be able to find anything. Maybe I will though. But anyways, that's it for today. I'm glad that I made it through this whole video. I done my makeup, which is, you know, sort of on point. And the baby slept the whole time. He napped the whole time. Yay! Now, let's just see if I can get the video up today. That's the question. Will I get it up today? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Stay sweet. That's another thing I keep forgetting to say. Stay sweet. And until next time, I love you guys. Bye.